Greetings, my name is Diane Elms, and I am the CEO and founder of the Phoenix Rising Center. I am lobbying to have the right for all people to obtain a blood test called the CEA, which at this time, as an uninsured OHIP test, as deemed by the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care, costs $35 to $40 depending on the lab. The challenge is this blood test is blocked by Cancer Care Ontario as a blood test for cancer prevention. Ontario Health Insurance Plan's Schedule of Laboratory Fees Preamble states under Other Terms and Definitions number 19, it states the carcinoembryonic antigen test, the CEA, L690, is an insured service only when carried out in accordance with Cancer Care Ontario guidelines for following established malignancies and not as a general cancer screen. Further to this, Cancer Care Ontario is subject to the provisions of the Cancer Act as stated under the Cancer Care Ontario Charter of the Board of Directors. The Cancer Act was first put in place in 1943 and even in its updated format is not in the best interest of any person living in Ontario. It is outdated and restrictive and does not it does not fit in with the bylaws of the College of Physicians and Surgeons. Firstly, let me remind you of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Number 2 states, everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. It continues, number 7, everyone has the right to life. The College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario's policy statement number 3-11, which is the Complementary and Alternative Medicine introduction, it says, in increasing numbers, patients are looking to complementary medicine for answers to complex medical problems, strategies for improved wellness, or relief from acute medical symptoms. Patients may seek advice or treatment from Ontario physicians or from other healthcare providers. Patients have the right to make healthcare decisions that accord with their own values, wishes, and preferences. This includes decisions to pursue complementary or alternative medicine either as an adjunct to conventional medicine or instead of conventional medicine. Further on, it states, number 1, under clinical competencies, under knowledge, skills, and judgment, where physicians are unable to provide care directly, they are encouraged to refer the patient to another physician or healthcare provider where doing so is in the best interest of the patient or will support the patient's informed decision making. As previously stated, the Cancer Act is outdated, restrictive, and is not in the best interest of any person living in Ontario. The College of Physicians and Surgeons recognizes many people are turning to complementary and alternative care, yet the Cancer Act, under subtitle Advisory Medical Board number 4, subject to the approval of the Lieutenant Governor and Council, the Foundation may appoint an advisory medical board consisting of such persons representative of the medical facilities or faculties of the University of Toronto, Queen's University, the University of Western Ontario, and the University of Ottawa, as well as radiotherapists, surgeons, pathologists, internists, and other medical professionals, generally as the Foundation considers appropriate. Where are the complementary and alternative regulated health professionals on this board? There are none. As well, the Cancer Act, under the subtitle Object number 5, states the object of the Foundation is to establish and conduct a program of research, diagnostics, and treatment in cancer, including, now I've shortened up these statements, the establishment, maintenance, and operations of treatment centers, B, transportation of patients. C, establishment and operations of hospitals. D, laboratory and clinical investigation of cancer problems. E, coordination of facilities for treatments. F, reporting. G, educating the public of early recognition and treatment. H, providing facilities for undergrad and postgrad studies. I, training of technical personnel. And J, providing research fellowships. Just in case you missed it, nowhere did it state that the Cancer Act is trying to find a cure for cancer or even prevent cancer. Yes, it said research, but research for what? The sentence states research, comma, diagnostic and treatment in cancer. Yet in point number 15 of the Cancer Act, subject to the approval of the Lieutenant Governor and Council, the Foundation may apply for or acquire by purchase, assignment, or otherwise rights to any patent related to any remedy for the prevention or cure of cancer, and may sell and dispose thereof or of any interest therein, and grant or assign any rights that have been acquired by the Foundation thereunder. Point 15 is very clear in stating any remedy for the prevention or cure of cancer, and may sell or dispose thereof. Yet the object of the Foundation states it is to establish and conduct a program of research, diagnostics, and treatment in cancer. Again, it does not say to cure or prevent cancer. The Canadian Cancer Society's website has a section that states what is cancer. The answer is all types of cancer start in our cells. Our bodies are made up of trillions of cells that are grouped together to form tissues and organs such as muscles, bones, the lungs, and the liver. Genes inside each cell tell it when to grow, work, divide, or die. Normally our cells follow these instructions when we are healthy, but sometimes the instructions get mixed up, causing our cells to grow and divide out of control and not die when they should. As more and more of these abnormal cells grow and divide, they can form a lump in the body called a tumor. As of June 20th, 2017, the Canadian Cancer Society's website stated nearly 1 in 2 Canadians expected to get cancer, and 1 in 4 Canadians are expected to die of cancer. 1 in 4. Further, in the Canadian Cancer Society's website, it has a section on tumor marker tests. Quote, a tumor marker test is done when certain types of cancer are suspected to provide a baseline level before treatment to check if treatment or if cancer has come back or reoccurred after treatment. One of the tumor markers listed is the CEA. Under the section of information for the CEA, it states carcinoembryonic antigen, CEA, is a protein normally found in very low levels in the blood of adults. In low levels. The CEA blood test may be increased in certain types of cancers and non-cancerous benign conditions. The CEA blood levels are often increased in colorectal cancer and may be increased in other cancers, including breast, lung, pancreatic, stomach, liver, and ovarian. After treatment, a return to normal CEA level that has been elevated usually means that the cancer has responded to treatment. The CEA level that rises steadily after treatment is complete often means the cancer has come back. The CEA blood test may be increased in non-cancerous conditions including a peptic ulcer, ulcerated colitis, rectal polyps, emphysema, benign breast disease, inflammation such as pancreatitis or gallbladder. Let me state loud and clear, I understand the CEA blood test is not perfect. I understand that it can even give false positives. But there is no one test that should ever be done that determines a diagnosis of cancer. My point with lobbying to have the right for all people to obtain the blood test called CEA is that no doctor or agency or the provincial government should have control over my body, my health, and my right to live, as stated in the Charter of Rights. And I, as all people of Ontario, should have the right, if we choose, to have the CA blood test done as prevention. If the CA blood test does come back positive, then several options can be taken. Number one, was the CEA blood test done properly from the lab's perspective? And the only way to know this is to do another CEA blood test and make sure no other aspects are affecting the test, such as over-the-counter drugs, smoking, vigorous exercise prior to the blood test. As per Cancer Point's documentation, false positives and false negatives in tumor marker blood tests, the article states the false positive rates for many tumor markers are usually around 5%, only 5%. As well, if two elevated CEA blood tests return as a result, then that's when you order other blood tests can be done. For approximately $140, the CEA, CA19-9, CA15-3, and CA125 cover the following cancers: CA19-9, pancreatic, liver, gallbladder, and lungs, and non-cancerous conditions such as pancreatitis and bile duct obstructions. The CA15-3 covers breast and metastasized breast cancer, and then in non-cancerous conditions such as endometriosis, pelvic inflammatory disease, liver diseases. The CA125 is found in most ovarian cancer cells, uterine, fallopian tube, pancreatic, breast, colorectal, lung, and stomach cancers. In non-cancerous conditions, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, and uterine fibroids. By having the right to have these tests done, the earliest of diagnosing can be done and thus potentially save lives. Many people, if they monitor their CA blood tests, would take notice if the marker starts to rise. The normal range is 0 to 5 depending on the lab. At that point in time, if the CA marker or any of the other cancer markers started to rise, a person would have the option to make some lifestyle changes long before the marker exceeded the normal range, which this is in line with the Canadian Cancer Society's information about prevention, which states we could prevent about half of all cancers, but we still need to learn more about how the disease develops and how we can stop it before it starts. It seems black and white to me. I should have the right to monitor the tumor markers in my blood for the earliest recognition of cancer. If cancer starts with one cell, and cancer takes time to develop in the body, I want the right to be proactive as possible. As I stated, no doctor, no government official, or government body has the right to hold my body, my health, and my life hostage by not allowing the CEA blood test to be done for prevention. I should have the right to go to my general practitioner and request the CEA blood test with no hindrance on their part. If I know what the CA blood test is, then I am an informed patient. As well, I would be informed to understand the consequences of a false positive cancer blood test with insurances. The fact of the matter is, it should be my right to have the blood test done. In conclusion, number one, in order to obtain the CEA blood test or any other cancer blood test, physicians in Ontario need to heed by their own policies, including the complementary and alternative policy, and respect my right to make decisions that accord with my own values, wishes, and preferences. Number two, Cancer Care Ontario has to change its guidelines on the CEA blood test as stated in the laboratory preamble number 13. Number three, the Cancer Act needs to be removed from legislation. It serves no good purpose for any person in Ontario except those that are trying not to cure or prevent cancer. I'm asking you to step up to the plate and allow people the right to choose for their health care and virtually their lives. If 1 in 2 get cancer and 1 in 4 will die of cancer, as stated by the Canadian Cancer Society, then I, as all people of Ontario, have the right to prevention and the right to the CA blood test. I'm asking you to move forward with the above mentioned 3 changes. Thank you.